My name is Simran. I'm currently attending the University of Toronto in Canada, and I'm in the Life Sciences program with an interest in majoring in neuroscience and hopefully psychology and sociology as my minors. Personally, for me, taking the IB diploma was very helpful, especially with my higher level courses. I did the full diploma program, so taking the extended essay and working on TOK and having CAS really helped me because I was working towards building my voluntary portfolio and doing all the volunteering work as well as joining clubs and societies when I was at campus. My HL courses helped me a lot because it was content that I previously studied, and it also gave me the boost and the confidence that I knew a lot of the stuff I was working towards. Having my standard level courses was also complementary because I was taking classes like chemistry at standard level, which helped me in college because I was able to repeat them but also get the new knowledge that was required for my further programs. I think the biggest challenge for me as an international student was adjusting to completely different lifestyle and over there, pretty much everything in Canada is you do it yourself. You have to figure stuff out on your own, and having the amount of independence that you do at university can be overwhelming as opposed to at home where you had a more strict, disciplined lifestyle, and you had teachers reminding you of the homework you had to do and the assignments you had to turn in. You had regular updates and meetings with your teachers. You don't have that in university. So really scheduling your time and making the effort to make sure everything's aligned was a transition for me, and just taking on so much workload on my own without anybody assisting me was definitely a challenge, but I'm getting used to it and I really do enjoy having the freedom that I do now. I think the most surprising thing for me was how easily I transitioned socially, and how much it was different from what I imagined. I always thought that coming to university would be scary and would be this big frightening thing where I would be so lost, but you realize that everybody is in the same boat as you. So when you go in, you really do make a lot of friends, and you join in a lot of activities and you find very like-minded people, which you typically wouldn't in a much smaller high school setting, but you really do. No matter how big your university is, you always find someone who's exactly like you. You turn out to be good friends, and it goes on from there. So socially, I transitioned really well, which is what I wasn't expecting because throughout high school and throughout middle school and primary, you've always been in the same class with the same people, so you're bound to become friends. But that's not the case in university. So that was one thing I overcame. And the second was getting used to doing everything on your own. I thought it would be hard for me, but I ended up, because I had this mental preparation and I gave myself the whole summer to think of it, that I would do well for myself and I had to do it. I had to cope, and because I was ready to do it when I went to university, I actually had a really easy time figuring stuff out. I really wish I would have connected with someone probably from my university or someone who was in the same country or in a similar program as me, probably an alumni from UAS or in general an alumni in the college network as well, or even one of your teachers who's been to the same university. It's really helpful to talk to them because they can give you a bit of a heads up of what university is like, especially if you find someone, like for me, if I found someone who went to University of Toronto and who was in the neuroscience program, getting to talk to them and having an idea of what they're doing and how they coped with it and what professors they liked and who would they recommend I go and see, those things would have really helped a lot. And I think that finding someone to look up to as a mentor but also as a friend would be really helpful.